David Kuhn is in Alexandria this week as part of a Herculean effort to make a difference. He is planning to run 11,000 miles to support cystic fibrosis research. That amount of running in itself is remarkable, but that's only half the story. David's amazing journey really began about 23 years ago when he lost his eyesight.
In 1991, I was in an accident with a drunk driver. It's been a very slow loss of eyesight, and I've had a lot of amazing things happen to me as a direct result of losing my eyesight. So no anger, no sadness. Wouldn't mind having it back, but there are a lot of perks. So when I run, then I go one more over.
In each community he stops, David inspires others as he packs on the miles. Since he began in May, he's already run more than 1,300 miles. He runs in two different ways, either alone on a track, like he is here today. He has just enough eyesight left to see the blur of the white lines on a track. The other way is through the help of a sighted running guide. It's through that willingness to help him toward his goal that David can truly see.
One of the perks I tell people about with regard to losing my eyesight is I get to see this side of humanity on a regular basis. And I wouldn't even be doing this if I hadn't already seen it. After I started losing my eyesight and had to turn to sighted running guides, it was kind of a slow transition because I sure didn't think the people wanted to do this, or if they did it, to be my guides and say marathons, that they would be giving something up. And I quickly found that they don't look at it that way. It's something they want to do, and they want to be there for somebody else.
David is also there for somebody else. He is running and fundraising because his granddaughter Kylie struggles with cystic fibrosis. To say he is committed to this cause would be a huge understatement. He began running in Seattle, Washington, on his way to Bangor, Maine. From there, he'll head south to Jacksonville, Florida, then west to San Diego, and eventually back to Seattle. In each town, he will run an average of 20 miles per day, on his way to the 11,000-mile total. And all this for a guy who used to hate running.
Well, running is something I actually disliked very much until 1999 when I participated in a cross-country triathlon. It was a fundraiser for children with disabilities who were pursuing athletic goals. And in Chicago, we started with running, adding running into the mix. And ever so slowly, I found that for me, and a lot of people, but it's very relaxing.
Whether on a track by himself or being guided on the highway, he will put one foot in front of the other, motivated by a grandfather's love and fear.
There's nothing special about me. I'm just a very scared grandfather. As we learned about the disease, there wasn't anything good to think about with it. I'm doing everything that I can to extend her life as long as I possibly can, and those of the many people I meet along the way.
If you'd like to run with David while he's in Alexandria, Explore Alexandria Tourism has set up an online calendar to coordinate it. And with 20 miles to cover each day, I'm sure he wouldn't mind a little company on a few of them. For the Voice of Alexandria, I'm Joe Krakowski.